Well, basically, I don't think relativism makes any sense. I mean, that's basically why not. I prefer to hold views that make sense. Relativism doesn't make sense, therefore I prefer not to hold it. But relativism, as I understand, well, I mean, of course, there are many varieties of it, and there are sophisticated ways of putting it and unsophisticated ways and so on. But to put it at a basic and unsophisticated way of thinking about it, it's the idea that there really isn't any truth. There is no particular way the world is. There is basically how it looks to me, or how it is relative to me, and how it looks to you, how it looks to George over here. But there's no truth just as such about how the world is or about anything else. But when the relativist says this, he doesn't take that to be just true relative to him. He thinks it's really true, just plain true. And it seems to me it's really impossible to get away from the notion that there is such a thing as truth, and that for any proposition or belief you come up with, either that belief or proposition is true or else it isn't true. It's true relative to George, but not true relative to Sam. In a way, that doesn't even make sense, unless you mean by that something like that, well, George believes it and Sam doesn't. That's okay. But to say that it's true relative to this guy and not true relative to that guy, as far as I can make out, that doesn't make sense. Truth isn't the sort of thing that holds relative to one person and not relative to another. And I think anybody that states relativism, at least ordinarily, doesn't take the statement of it to be relative just to him. He takes it to be the way things are.